Hi everyone, I'm Melissa from Melissa Forziat Events and Marketing, and today I wanted to share with you my latest marketing tip of the week, which is called How Giving Thanks Pays Dividends. Now, before I get into the content, I wanted to give you a little information why I chose to share this tip. I find that very often small business owners or nonprofit development officers, when they're thinking about how to communicate with their customers, very often we're thinking about what we want. We're thinking about sales and donations. And so a lot of the things that we do are asking the customer or the donor for something. But we know how important it is to have a lot of touch points that build relationships and to have a lot of touch points that make people feel like they're part of their community before we start asking for things. So this tip of the week is a little bit more about how you can do this more easily by very simply giving thanks. So if you prefer to read this tip instead of hear it and see it, you're welcome to check the link that's in the description. But for now, sit back and enjoy this marketing tip about how giving thanks pays dividends. It costs more to acquire a new customer or donor than it does to retain one. Whether you're marketing a business or fundraising for a nonprofit, the money is in the relationships you build with the customers or donors in your community. If you're looking for a tried and true way to build stronger relationships, just give thanks. Giving thanks pays dividends. While the stats on this vary from source to source, the ballpark is that it costs about 5 to 10 times more to acquire than to retain. Think about what that means for your business. It's really expensive to spend time always chasing new leads. And for some reason, chasing new leads seems to be the default among small businesses and smaller nonprofits. Whether you're seeking repeat sales, more donations, or that powerful referral plus testimonial combo from your contact to bring in stronger new leads, there is potentially far more profit available to you in your existing relationships. But what this means is that it makes sense to budget time and or money for staying in touch with your customers, donors, or leads. Not just any outreach will do. Asking them over and over to keep buying things or to keep donating gets old quickly. They're not a bank, they're humans. One of the best tools we have for maintaining strong relationships is giving thanks. If someone purchased something, thank them. If someone made a donation, thank them. Do it without an offer or an ask. Just let them know how much you appreciate them in your world. Show them some personality and gratitude to associate with your brand. In the nonprofit fundraising world, the most productive fundraising plans usually involve a cycle of outreach. You build your brand and your message, you make an ask, you thank your donors for donations, you inform them of the good they've done with their donations, and then the cycle repeats. You'll notice that there are potentially many touch points here, but only one that's specifically designed to be transactional. This doesn't mean that it's the only time they'll give you a donation. Seeing your gratitude and the results of their donation can often yield another donation. But you'll get there by drawing them in, involving them, and building that relationship. The holiday season is a great time for giving thanks to your customers or donors, but this is a process that can happen all throughout the year. You might find it useful to schedule a thank you message, call, or gift after the lead takes a certain action. In my own business, I have a lot of reasons to thank people all year long. If someone does something kind, if someone makes a purchase, and any number of other actions that I've deemed gratitude worthy, I take a moment to send a note, an email, or a gift to acknowledge what they've done. Although I don't include a request, very often the recipient offers me something in return. My most solid collaborators, they've gotten to this point because of this cycle. So if you feel like you don't have time or money to spend on giving thanks, just remember that whatever you budget for this is likely to be far more impactful on your overall sales, donations, and business growth than chasing new leads. Because giving thanks does pay dividends. Thanks for joining me today. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Please share it in a comment. And if you wanted to read more about this tip and get a little bit more depth behind it, take your time with it, you're welcome to click on the link in the description to read it directly on my website. Thank you for joining me, and happy marketing.